Hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Jada, the vegan trucker. I'm new to this, so be kind. um, I'm also new to trucking. That is kind of what prompted this. Um, I really wanted to track my progress along the way, kind of like on a weekly basis, just for myself to be able to go back and watch some of my videos and see, how far I've come. And also to inform people who want to get into this and want to know a little bit more about the process. But things didn't quite go that way because I've been really busy. Like, trucking school is a lot. And yeah, so needless to say, I didn't have the time to do it. I finally have some downtime now, and I'm gonna try to update this weekly. That's my goal. That's what I would really like to do. But bear with me. I'll do the best that I can. And yeah, so I started trucking school back in August, and I started at a college. So I know like some companies will have their own facilities, and my company does. But I started at the like I said, at a college, and they paid for it. It was still sponsored through them. But like I said, I started at a college as opposed to their facility. But I did wind up coming to the facility probably like my last week of training to get acclimated to how they do things here at the yard, and to actually do my testing for my CDL. So now that that's all done with, I have been on the road for the last, I think, 2.5 weeks. And now I'm back at the yard waiting for a trainer reassignment. And that's because, for anybody who doesn't know about like your 240-hour training, when you're doing over the road, you have to have, or not just over the road, but I think anywhere that you do where you're doing the 240 hours training, you have to have certain requirements across the country, like coast to coast. And don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. Every company does it that way, but I would just kind of assume so. I don't know. It just makes sense. But there are certain requirements that you have for the East Coast and the West Coast. So, like for instance, you have to get a certain mountain. Well, not as they do have certain mountains, but there are a list of different mountains that you have to go up or down on the East Coast and on the West Coast. There were other things like in the East Coast requirements. I had to drive in and out of a shipper and receiver yard and, do everything that I'm supposed to do there. And then for the West Coast, mainly California, they want you to drive through the city. And that's because, traffic can be hellacious in California. So they need to know, they want to put you out there with a trainer first so you know what to expect, know what you're getting yourself into, and so that you'll be able to do it on your own, of course. So anyway, the trainer that I was with the past 2 weeks, he has a dedicated route, so I wouldn't be able to get in all my requirements with him because his route is just pretty much on the northeast. And so I got my East Coast mountain in with him, and I drove into the shipper and receiver yard with him, and then some other things that I had to do on the East Coast I got done with him. But now I'm waiting on another. Sorry, so somebody walking past the window in my room. So for the West Coast, like I said, I have to mountain and city driving, and I know there's some other things as well. So I need another trainer for that. That's either they can be dedicated for the West Coast because I've already done my East Coast requirements, or somebody that's over the road. So either way, I get my West Coast requirements. So I'm waiting for that. I think it's Thursday, and they're expecting me to leave at some point next week. They haven't given me an actual day yet, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm still getting paid, so can't complain. But I do want to hurry up, get out there, and get it over with. So there's that. But excuse me. thirsty. Um, so I'm trying to think. There were a few things that I wanted to talk about. I probably should have wrote them down, knowing how jacked my memory can be. Uh, but if there are any questions that you will have, if I can answer them, of course I will. So drop them in the comments below, and I will get back to y'all on that. I really can't think of the other things that I wanted to talk about off the top of my head right now. I really just wanted to make this video short and simple, just kind of get to the point, introduce myself to you guys, and alright, so I don't want any of my videos to be too long anyway, because people get bored easily. So I wanted to keep them no longer than about 15-20 minutes. So, and shoot, right now I'm only at 6 minutes, so I think I'm doing fairly well. Oh, okay, it was a couple things, yeah. So, kind of going back to the beginning, actual CDL school, getting my license and everything. For everybody who's interested in this, like, it is a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Ooh, excuse me, piggy. It's a lot. It's a lot of information, and I'm really glad that I did things the way that I did. I wasn't aware of just how much information I was going to be taking in such a short period of time, but I knew that I wanted some time off between, just a little bit, like a little mini vacation between jobs. So I had put in my 2 weeks notice for my old job, and then I had about a good, I think, 2 weeks off before I started trucking school. So I was off when I had to take in all of this information, which made things much easier. So I would not recommend anybody having to work and do it. Depending on how your schooling is set up. Again, I know like all schools are different, but I know where I went, and you can speak to, I guess, an advisor at the school or a recruiter, whomever, but I know where I went. We started on Monday, and they gave us the book for our CDL permit to study, and we took the permit test on Wednesday. So it wasn't even 3 days of getting to read over this information, because like I said, we took the test on Wednesday, so it was 2 days, Monday and Tuesday. So needless to say, there were quite a few people that did not make it, unfortunately. Like, it was just too much. But don't let that deter you. Again, like I said, you can speak to an advisor, speak to your recruiter, find out how fast-paced things will be at your school, as well as you can obtain the book beforehand anyway. If you know this is something that you want to do, you can get the book for the permit test ahead of time and start studying before you even start class, and then it won't be as stressful. I didn't know all of that, but like I said, things still kind of worked out for me anyway because I wasn't working, so it wasn't that bad. But yeah, it's a lot of information. It's a lot to retain in a very short period of time. And just the schooling itself is just very fast paced. Like, after that, we went straight into driving the trucks. And of course, yes, we started on the yard, getting acclimated to the truck, just learning acceleration and learning how to park, and doing some of the curves in on the yard before we actually went out on the road. But again, like, it's very fast paced, but it's very doable. So don't let anything that you hear from me or anybody else on here deter you. Like, I say, take everybody's situations and their opinions, whatever, for face value, because your situation is going to be different from everybody else's, and everything is what you make it anyway. So yeah, I mean, I think it's important to kind of to get information from different places so you can have like a general idea, but don't take everything, for lack of a better term, strongly. Just like I said, take it at face value and know that your experience is going to be your experience, and just be prepared. That's it. That's all I can say as far as that goes. But for anybody who wants to know about like the lifestyle, it's and like hygiene and all that kind of stuff, because I know that was one of my biggest concerns getting into this. I'm like, I mean, as y'all can tell, I'm bougie. So no, not bougie, not for real, but I like to keep myself up very much so. So I was worried about that. But there are showers at every truck stop, and you're gonna stop at truck stops every day. You're gonna have the opportunity to shower. When you first start, depending on your trainer, it can be expensive. I got lucky, and my trainer used his the points from his fuel card to do team showers. And no, that does not mean we shower together. It just means that he got both of our showers, I guess like discounted or something like that. So I didn't have to. So far I've only paid for one shower, and he took care of the rest using his points. So like I'm saying, like getting into it, yeah, it can be expensive depending upon your trainer, because I think I paid $12. So if you're doing that on a daily basis and feeding yourself while you're out there, that can become a little expensive. But once you're on your truck and you're using your fuel card, and using, excuse me, and getting points from the different truck stops, because like they all have rewards cards. I only have two right now. Like, so one of the truck stops is Love's, and you get every time you fill up, which you do every day, sometimes more than once a day. So you rack up enough points to never really have to pay for a shower, honestly. So for anybody that's not showering on a daily basis, it's because they don't want to. The only time that something will happen where you might not be able to shower that day, and not even, like, when I say that day, think about it like this. Let's say you stopped last night and you showered last night, and then you have a delivery to tomorrow morning, and your delivery runs over. So or they can't accept you as soon as you get there, then, and you there all day and damn near all night. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like you just out and about not showering. It's usually in an event like that, if you get to a receiver and they can't unload you right away. So you might sit for almost the whole day, and then you have gone the whole day technically at that point without showering. But I think that happened to me, and I think we left at, I don't know what time it was. It was in the middle of the night, so I had to shower late, but I still got a shower, is what I'm saying. And stuff like that doesn't happen every day. That happened one time that I was out there, so in the last 2 weeks. So I'm like, yeah, something like that can happen, but for the most part, you're showering every day. So anyway, so like I said, this was the Love's card, and then I have, what is this, Pilot, Flying J, and who else? There's a TA, and it's another one. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, but I don't have a TA card yet. But yeah, but as you feel, you rack up points to be able to, like I said, not really have to pay for showers, so you don't have to worry about your hygiene, stuff like that. Most of the truck stops have laundry facilities, so you can wash your clothes weekly. You can change your bed linens and wash them weekly. Or for me at home, shoot, I change my sheets more than once a week. So for me, I like to be able to wash my linen like twice a week. So, but whatever works for you, whatever you want, whatever you need, whatever you require. But yeah, it's not hard to keep up with your hygiene at all. So don't worry about that. And that's more, I mean, not saying that men don't care about that either, but I'm saying that more so for the ladies, because I know how how y'all really feel about that, because I know how I felt about it, shoot. And I know that's a big deterrent for some women as far as getting into the trucking field, not understanding that yeah, most times, like, people who not showering is because they don't want to. Plain and simple, they don't want to, because there's no reason that you can't. So the only challenge that I have faced is like I told you, I'm the vegan trucker. So it's been kind of hard maintaining my diet because I haven't really been able to cook. And of course, there's not a lot of vegan options out here at the truck stops and whatnot. But I know that'll be really different once I'm on my own truck, because I'll be able to cook. So I was able to cook on my trainer's truck, but the problem is, because we're essentially running as a team, when I stop driving, he starts. So there wasn't a lot of downtime in between, and sometimes there was no downtime in between me stopping and him starting. So there's literally no time for me to cook, to to prep my meals or whatever. So it's been a struggle, but like I said, I know that it'll be a whole lot different once I'm in my own truck, because I'll be able to dictate my downtime and I will be able to cook. So aside from that though, I haven't had any problems. Like, there's really nothing negative I have to say. And of course, I know that, just like any other job, everything has its ups and downs. So eventually, I'm quite sure there will be something that I'm on here venting about. But for right now, there's nothing, thank goodness. And I'm always gonna be upfront and honest with you guys. Like, if it's something that I'm just like, watch out for this, or this can happen, that can happen, whatever, I'm gonna tell you. But right now, I don't have anything negative to say, and I'm happy about that. But again, if y'all can think of anything, if you have any questions that I haven't addressed right now, as far as what I really can at this point, because like I said, I'm only 2 weeks in, so as far as being on the road, but still, yeah, just ask any questions that you have, and if I can't answer them, I will. And if I can't, I'll let you know that I just don't know the answer right now. But if I find out, or whenever I do know, I'll get back to it. So yeah, that's it for now. That's it. I holla at y'all.